We got a call at 7:30 in the morning, and I thought my phone is ringing. It better be an emergency because nobody calls before my first cup of coffee. And it was the hospital saying that they had a kidney ready for Nathan if we would accept it. We found out Nathan was going to be deformed through a series of ultrasounds when I was about 90 days into the pregnancy. And pushing forward, no one knew to what extent Nathan would be deformed. We saw the spot on his bladder, and we didn't understand anything else. Moving forward, I would have to have 2 procedures in utero where we would actually stick a needle through my abdomen, through the placenta, to the baby to drain his bladder because it just looked like a big water balloon. It was starting to be very hard to differentiate between his head and his abdomen, which is what caused his kidneys to fail in the first place. Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. What I love most about this place is that it is centered around kids. From the emergency rooms that are not sterile, and they have little pictures on the wall, they have a TV there, to the hospital rooms that try to make it as much as the child's bedroom as possible, as much as you can in a hospital setting. Children's Hospital says, hey, we don't like it that you're sick, but since you are sick, then let us help you, and we will try to make your environment as fun, as whimsical, as comfortable as possible. Well, come 2014, in January, Nathan was taking a shower and he started screaming. So his father and I, ran into the bathroom and we're asking him what's wrong. And his limbs started crinkling up like an old man, and his toes, and he was just in excruciating pain. So of course, the first thing I do is, call Dr. Bunchman, tell him what's going on. I don't understand what's going on with this kid. He's like, oh my gosh, I think I know, bring him in right away. Okay, moving forward. So that was January, February. By March, Nathan was on dialysis because his kidneys didn't start to fail. They failed at an alarming rate, and he bottomed out, and his body couldn't keep up with the changes that were going on. It was starting to affect his liver and just make a domino effect. By May 14th, we had a double nephrectomy. That means we took out both of his kidneys because his kidneys were literally killing him, and we had to take aggressive action. Dr. Bunchman consulted with whoever he needed to consult with. We have a team, Dr. Krill, Dr. Bunchman, Dr. Lowe, and we were all in agreement that that's what needed to happen because Nathan was deteriorating very quickly. He did it and placed him on status 1 in June. We went through the summer with dialysis, still a little touch and go. We've had a couple of hospitalizations since then, and then in August, we got the phone call about transplant. Our transplant team was awesome. The surgeons were awesome. Nathan started making urine right away. The surgery went like textbook. Miles, who is Nathan's brother, and they're 21 months apart, and they're both on the autism spectrum, has not known a lot of life without Nathan. And so the long hospital stays without Nathan being at home really pulled on Miles. But him being able to be in the hospital and see Nathan go through dialysis or through his visits or anything else, because there was no separation, there was always a family-centered treatment, made life much easier for us and much easier for Miles. He wasn't so stressed. I have fought for Nathan since before he entered the world, and fought to have a healthy pregnancy, fought to keep him in utero for as long as we possibly could, because his problem started so very, very early. And now to see Nathan 10 years later fighting for himself and advocating for himself, despite his Asperger's, despite his health issues, he talks for himself. He has a will to live. He wants to get better, but he knows that he's different, and some days will be better than other days, and that's okay. He doesn't dwell on the days that he's not feeling well. He only dwells on the days that he is. And for that reason, he is my Superman. He is my superhero because he doesn't let anything stop him. He just moves forward. He just keeps going.